With all the bows to choose from, how do you know which one's right for you? You need to consider your primary use, that being hunting, 3D, or target archery, price range that you're looking for, and also the size and strength of the archer. It's important to go to an archery pro shop to get properly fitted for your bow. Draw length is the primary concern. For a lady or a teen, you want a 23 to 27 inch draw length, and for a man, a 26 to 30 inch draw length. The average man's draw length is 28 inches. 35 to 40 pounds is the minimum, with 60 to 70 pounds being most common for bow hunting. Bows from Hoyt, Matthews, Bowtech, PSC, Parker, and Martin offer bows for all archers. Choose your accessories individually or as part of a complete package. New compound bows run from $150 to $700, with packages running $100 to $300 and top quality accessories running as much as $500. For accurate shooting, a string loop, kisser button, and peep sight are a must. Use these guidelines whenever selecting a new bow. I'm Rob Kaufhold, and that's your Archery Tech Tip of the Week. What should you be looking for in a new bow? Long or short? Fast or forgiving? 1 cam, 2 cam, or cam and a half? Axle-to-axle lengths from 32 to 38 inches are the most common. Shorter bows are an advantage when tree stand hunting or ground hunting, and a longer bow is an advantage for a taller archer or target shooting. A shorter bow can be just as forgiving and accurate as a longer one. The key to accuracy is brace height. Brace height is the distance between the grip and the bowstring. This bow's brace height is just under 6 inches. This bow's axle-to-axle length is 36 inches. The brace height is under 6. It's going to be fast but not very forgiving. This bow's axle-to-axle length is 32 inches and the brace height is 7.5 inches. That'll make it handy to hunt with and very forgiving. 1 cam, 2 cam, or cam and a half, which is best? The standard 2 cam bow provides economy, performance, and simplicity. The only issue with a 2 cam bow is cam timing or synchronization. If they don't match, the bow won't shoot well. A 1 cam design eliminates timing issues and can be smoother and quieter to shoot. Drawbacks of a 1 cam design can be complexity or string stretch. The cam and a half design is a combination of the two, giving you the advantages of both. That's what bow length, brace height, and cam design can do for you. I'm Rob Kaufhold, and that's your Archery Tech Tip of the Week. With dozens of choices in arrows, which one's best for you? For modern hunting with a compound bow, should you choose an aluminum arrow or the more durable carbon arrow? Easton aluminum arrows shoot great when they're straight, but they may not stay that way. They can get bent when they're in your bow quiver, in your case, or even when practicing. They do offer a great value and they're available everywhere. Carbon arrows offer the ultimate in durability and value as prices have dropped dramatically. Light arrows are faster but produce less kinetic energy or momentum, which decreases penetration in large game. Heavier arrows are slower and tough, but give maximum penetration through the largest animals. Carbon arrows with a 3 to 6 thousandths straightness tolerance give great accuracy and won't bend, but may get broken or cracked when abused. Carbon arrows aren't just black anymore. Check out these camo and wood grain models from Vapor, Carbon Express, and Gold Tip. Consult manufacturer's charts with your archery dealer to determine proper arrow stiffness for your setup. Now you can choose the best hunting arrow for your situation. I'm Rob Kaufhold, and that's your Lancaster Archery Tech Tip of the Week. Should you use plastic vanes or natural turkey feathers on your hunting arrows? Waterproof plastic vanes are the most popular choice, but feathers offer important advantages to consider. Vanes offer durability, economy, and ease of installation. 3 4-inch vanes are preferred on carbon arrows, while aluminums can use 4 or 5-inch. Vanes can be installed 2 degrees offset using a straight clamp or with a twist using a helical clamp. Right or left direction isn't important in most cases. Arizona Plastifletch, Norway Duravanes, and NAP Quickspin vanes fletch easily with instant glues, and the Quickspins offer a kicker to spin the arrow faster for improved broadhead accuracy. Natural turkey feathers are lightweight, offer a great look, and are more forgiving for broadhead accuracy. Feathers are installed with a left or right helical twist to increase the arrow's spin rate. Waterproofing powder can prevent the arrows from flattening when wet. Bright fletching colors are preferred to help you determine shot placement and find your arrow after it's done its work. Whether you buy finished arrows or fletch your own, now you can choose vanes or feathers more wisely. I'm Rob Kaufhold, and that's your Lancaster Archery Tech Tip of the Week. Vehicle maintenance is important to get you to your hunting spot, but your bow hunting rig needs maintenance too. String and cable maintenance is the #1 priority to keep your gear shooting well. A string loop for your release is more accurate than clamping onto the string, and it prevents serving wear and keeps your peep sight aligned for a clear sight picture. Many bow techs prefer a tied-on knock locator using overhand knots within the string loop. To tie a string loop on the bow, use double half-hitch knots above and below the arrow nock. Peep sight placement is critical to ensure accuracy. Test your peep location by drawing the bow with your eyes closed, anchoring, then opening your eyes to test your peep sight location. Tie your peep sight securely into the string to keep it from sliding. Waxing the string is important to prevent premature fuzzing and fraying of the string fibers. Then rub the wax briskly into the string to generate heat and saturate the bowstring fibers. Lubricate cams with a quality Teflon-based lube to give you years of trouble-free use. After each hunt, wipe your bow down with a light scent-free oil to keep it from rusting or seizing up. Cable guards and slides can cause noise and missed shots. Keep them free of dust and dirt, but do not lubricate them. Simply clean them with alcohol. Quiet your arrow rest with felt or moleskin to eliminate alerting your quarry. Inspect your broadheads for rust and sharpness, and always replace broadhead O-rings at least once a year. Visually check arrows for cracks or loose fletching. Proper care of your bow will give you years of bow hunting success without interruption. I'm Rob Kaufhold, and that's your Lancaster Archery Tech Tip of the Week.
Now it's time for the Lancaster Archery Supply Tech Tip with Rob Kaufhold.
Your gear can be top-notch, but if you don't have good shooting form, your shot won't hit its mark. To demonstrate proper shooting form today, I have Amber Dawson from Reading, Pennsylvania with me, who's a former IBO World 3D champion and U.S. Archery team member. The first thing we're going to talk about is stance. Draw the bow with your shoulders level and your drawing elbow higher than your shoulders. Your stance should be relaxed with your feet shoulder width apart and your arms forming a perfect T when you're at full draw. When you're shooting uphill or down from a tree stand, always bend at the waist to prevent shortening your draw length. Your bow hand grip is the most important part of your shot setup. Use a relaxed bow hand with your knuckles at almost a 45-degree angle. To demonstrate proper bow hand placement, use the stop, relax method. Use a wrist sling to allow your hand to remain relaxed during and after the shot. Follow through during the shot by keeping the pin on your target until you hear the arrow strike. Do not be tempted to peek to see where the arrow hits. Your anchor point and peep sight are critical for accuracy. Anchor against your face so that you can feel it. Visually center your sight guard or pin in the peep for shots at any distance. Concentrate on the sight pin and gently squeeze the trigger until the shot goes off. Use your back and shoulder muscles to draw and hold the bow. Trigger the shot by squeezing your shoulder blades together. By giving your shooting form a tune-up, you'll hit your mark this fall. I'm Rob Kaufhold, and that's your Lancaster Archery Tech Tip of the Week.
Now it's time for the Lancaster Archery Supply Tech Tip with Rob Kaufhold.
A quality and dependable arrow rest is essential for any bow hunting rig. Select your arrow rest based on the kind of hunting that you plan to do most. If you stalk or still hunt, use a full capture rest like this whisker biscuit or a drop away rest. If you're moving with an arrow nock, be extremely careful of the exposed broadhead on the arrow. The whisker biscuit uses flexible brushes to provide full capture of the arrow, so it is always in position for your shot. It's one of the toughest rests for extreme conditions and provides good hunting accuracy. Drop away arrow rests use a cord, arm, or inertia to drop the arrow holder as the arrow is launched forward. They're extremely accurate with helical fletching and broadheads. Trophy taker, drop zone, and many other rests use a cord attached to the bus cable to raise and drop the rest. Set up your drop away rest so that your fletching just clears the launcher arm. For hunting out of a tree stand or ground blind, use a drop away or any of the popular double prong rests from Golden Key, Cavalier, or New Archery products. These rests are accurate, economical, and easy to set up. Set the spring tension just heavy enough to hold the weight of the arrow and the nocking point level at 90 degrees to the string. Have your pro shop use a laser center gauge to check proper center shot on your bow. If you're doing it yourself, use manufacturer's measurements or marks such as the lines on this Matthews grip to set your center shot. Always use a silencing material such as Teflon, heat shrink, or fleece to silence your arrow coming across the arrow rest. By choosing and using the right arrow rest, you'll shoot like a pro this year. I'm Rob Kaufhold, and that's your Lancaster Archery Tech Tip of the Week.
Now it's time for the Lancaster Archery Supply Tech Tip with Rob Kaufhold.
You've got to see your target and your sight pins clearly in order to shoot well. Choose a sight based on the type of hunting you'll do most, either a multi-pin model with at least 5 pins or a movable sight. When tree stand hunting for whitetails, many shooters choose a pendulum sight or multi-pin model with up to 3 pins. And for ground blind hunting, base your decision on how far you plan to shoot. Longer shots require a movable or 5-pin sight. Shorter brushy areas favor a single or 3-pin sight. Quality sights feature bright fiber optic pins that vary from 19 to 40 thousandths of an inch. Use 19 for 3D, 29 and 40 for hunting. Because the larger and longer the fiber, the brighter the sight pin will be. Choose a sight with a round pin guard and center the circle in a large peep sight for perfect alignment every time. Many sights offer an optional blue or purple light that brighten the fiber optic pins, making them more visible and shots near dawn and dusk possible. Movable sights offer single or multiple pins that easily move down for shots at longer distances. Multiple pin sights offer 3 to 5 pins and should be set at 20, 30, and 40 yards and so on. Some top choices are Copper John's Dead Nuts, Spot Hog, Toxonics, and Impact sights. Pendulum sights work flawlessly when used from a tree stand on flat terrain. The sight self-adjusts to the shot angle down to your animal at any distance inside 30 yards. Used with caution on a hillside or creek bottom, as a shot uphill or downhill from your tree will cause you to hit high uphill or low downhill. Check out pendulum sights from Trophy Ridge, Savage, True Glow, and Keller. By choosing the right sight for your hunt this fall, you'll be able to make that once-in-a-lifetime shot. I'm Rob Kaufhold, and that's your Lancaster Archery Tech Tip of the Week.
Now it's time for the Lancaster Archery Supply Tech Tip with Rob Kaufhold.
You've been shooting field points great all summer long. Now you shoot a broadhead and it misses the target. What do you do now? Accuracy with broadheads has always been a challenge. Now we've got new gear and techniques to help your broadheads fly like a dream, not a nightmare. First, check your bow for good basic bow tuning with a paper test. Check your cam timing, tiller, nocking point, arrow rest, center shot, and clearance. Fletching stabilizes your arrow by spinning it. Be sure your arrow is matched to the spine weight of your bow. New Archery Products Quick Spin Vane features a kicker which spins the arrow and provides the best broadhead flight I've ever seen. After checking your bow and arrow setup, spin test your broadheads to check for proper alignment. You can roll your arrow on a glass counter, arrow straightener, or spin tester to check your point for broadhead wobble. To correct wobble, Loosen your broadhead, then retighten it and check for alignment again. Many bow hunters line up a 3-blade head with the fletching on the arrow. I've found it helpful to line up a 2-blade head vertically for a release shooter and horizontally for a finger shooter. For broadheads that hit to the left, move your arrow rest to the right, check for bow hand torque and arrow clearance. For broadheads that hit to the right, move your arrow rest to the left and check your arrow spine. These steps will optimize your broadhead flight, but occasionally you get a setup that just won't group. If this happens, you must change your gear to something more accurate. New broadheads like the Crimson Talon, New Archery Products Crossfire, and Montec G5 feature an airfoil or kicker to spin the arrow from the front and avoid wind planing. Most mechanical or expandable broadheads fly like field points due to a lack of exposed blade surfaces and are extremely effective for big game animals if you're shooting more than 50 pounds of draw weight. Be sure to shoot your broadheads well before hunting season. I'm Rob Kaufhold, and that's your Lancaster Archery Tech Tip of the Week.
Here we go. There's Chef Huey, night before opening day of deer season.
That's right. Having fun here. Hopefully everybody's not going to puke their brains out tomorrow morning for my food. No, it's all fresh. It's good.
There's Seanster checking out the cabinet. What do you think, Seanster? You ready to pop a big buck tomorrow, buddy?
He hasn't learned everything I know, but I'm trying to teach him everything.
Hey, what's Bobby Walker? When the student doesn't surpass the teacher.
If the student does not surpass the teacher, then the teacher has failed.
Now it's time for the Lancaster Archery Supply Tech Tip with Chad Whitmore.
With all these broadheads to choose from, how do you know which one's right for you and your bow hunting situation? For today's bow hunter, there's a lot of choices. The 3 main choices are cut on contact, expandable, and replacement blades. Cut on contact broadheads work better for lighter draw weight bows and lighter arrows. Some of today's more popular broadheads include Steel Force, the Razorback, Magnus Stinger, and the Montec from G5. Today's replaceable blade broadheads offer great flight characteristics, excellent penetration, and superior blade retention. Expandable broadheads fly like a field point and are great for taking big game animals such as white-tailed deer and black bear. For best results with expandable broadheads, only take broadside shots. Regardless of what broadhead you choose, be sure and shoot them well before the season starts. Great targets to shoot broadheads into are the Block and the Morel Yellow Jacket. I'm Chad Whitmore, and that's your Lancaster Archery Supply Tech Tip of the Week.
Now it's time for the Lancaster Archery Supply Tech Tip with Rob Kaufhold.
Whether you're going on a hunt of a lifetime or just hunting out back, using quality optics will increase your enjoyment and chances of success on your hunt. Did you ever wonder what the numbers on your binoculars mean? An 8x42 binocular has a magnification of 8 power and an objective lens size of 42 millimeters. The higher the magnification, the closer the object appears, but brightness, field of view, and steadiness can suffer. The objective lens size relates directly to the size of the binocular. The larger the objective lens, the greater the brightness and field of view. Together, these form the exit pupil of the binocular. Divide the objective lens size of 42 millimeters by the magnification power of 8x. That gives us an exit pupil of 5.25. The human eye pupil opens to 2.5 millimeters in full daylight and increases to a maximum of 5 millimeters at dark. So a binocular with at least 5 millimeter exit pupil maximizes light during dimmer conditions. Brightness is a priority for hunters during those dawn and dusk hours that are critical to success. Eye relief of at least 15 millimeters is important for eyeglass wearers. Inexpensive binoculars are coated, while the best optics are fully multi-coated to enhance light transmission and eliminate reflection. A roof prism binocular has straight lens barrels. Poro prism models have an offset between the ocular and objective lenses. Weatherproof or water resistant is not the same as water and fog-proof binoculars, which are sealed and nitrogen gas filled. Choose a binocular based on the type of hunting that you plan to do. Compact binoculars with objective lenses of 32 millimeters or less are small and light, but compromise light gathering and steadiness over 8 power. Full-size binoculars with 35 to 56 millimeter objective lenses gather lots of light, have a broader field of view, and are easier to hold steady. Alpen, Bushnell, and Brunton offer great values in optics, while Nikon, Leica, Swarovski, and Zeiss offer premium models. My personal favorite is an 8x32 for bow hunting in close cover and a 10x50 for long-range glassing when weight and size are not a concern. Seeing your game is one of the most important ingredients of the hunt. Focus on quality optics to help you fill your tag this year. I'm Rob Kaufhold, and that's your Lancaster Archery Tech Tip of the Week.
Now it's time for the Lancaster Archery Supply Tech Tip with Rob Kaufhold.
Are you ready for the ultimate archery and bow hunting challenge? Try instinctive shooting with a traditional recurve or longbow. Instinctive shooting connects your mind to the arrow and its target, making concentration the key to success. Start with a lighter 30 to 45 pound bow until you've mastered your technique. 40 pounds is enough for close shots on whitetails and small game, but use 50 pounds or more for larger game. Longbows are the simplest and lightest of traditional bows, although they lack the speed of a recurve. Recurve bows offer a comfortable grip along with improved speed, accuracy, and smoothness over longbows. Traditional arrows are fletched with feathers and can be made with wood, aluminum, or the tough new carbon arrows. Shooting instinctively is much like throwing a ball in that the shot isn't really aimed as much as it is felt to be right as soon as the arrow is released. This depends greatly on concentration and repetitive practice. Start by shooting up close and moving back as you progress. I find that shooting 3 fingers under works well for hunting distances under 25 yards because it positions your arrow closer to your eye. For longer shots at 3D plinking or target shooting, split fingers work well for shots at greater distances. Experiment with both to see what works best for you. Use a finger in the corner of your mouth with the top of your hand against your cheekbone to secure your anchor for every shot. Stump shooting or roving is a fun way to practice instinctive archery. Anything can serve as a target. Use your imagination and just have fun with it. If you choose to hunt with your traditional gear, limit your shots to your effective range, usually no more than 20 yards. Journey into traditional archery as our ancestors practiced it, guiding your arrow on its way only with your instincts. I'm Rob Kaufhold, and that's your Lancaster Archery Tech Tip of the Week.